that when I met him.
This is Cheesy Radio Voice talking about Ready Revenge's John Neil Schreiber. He's got dad body all of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
It isn't all of a sudden?
I don't think so.
Did it creep up? Maybe not?
I don't know. I remember him looking like that always.
So we're just about to get started.
Yeah.
So we've got Featured Artist of the Week, post-hardcore band from Pensacola, Florida. We got to see them open up live for that Arsaway CD release party. Who was that? Safe Harbor, I believe is what they're called, right? Safe Harbor?
Yes.
It's one of those bands that has avoided me for some reason. And I was talking to Chris.
I would avoid you too.
Yeah, no shit. I was talking to Chris just a few minutes ago, and it became obvious why. They stopped 2 years ago. They stopped playing handlebar shows, and that's typically where we frequent when it comes to these type of events, right? All right, so fuck it. Let's go ahead and get started. You want to get started?
I guess.
All right, let's get started. Everybody, welcome to the PimpyKast, episode number 64, right here at the PimpyK Multiverse Network. Joining the studio, as always, by a man that's handsome and has all the power. If he could just figure out how to use deodorant and take a shower, Mr. Nicastro. What's up, baby boy? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing.
Sorry, we're running a little bit late, guys. We tried to do this little Facebook Live thing, and once again, Facebook just said, fuck you. What's crazy is, we did the whole Arson Wave show, CD release party, fucking streamed for hours. By the way, on the very first segment of that, we hit over 1,000 views in less than 8 hours, so that was pretty fucking good. Yeah. I wish we could do that here on U-Tizzle. U-Tizzles. Coming up a little bit later as we stroll into segment number 2, we're going to have your Featured Artist of the Week. Post-hardcore band out of Pensacola, Florida, Safe Harbor. A band that opened up for that Arson Wave City release party. Dope-ass band. First time I actually got to see them. I've seen the tail ends of their sets a couple times and some other things, but that was the first time I actually got to see a full set. They're really good. They call themselves post-hardcore, and there's a lot of post-hardcore bands out there that just aren't hardcore at all. They put the word post in front of something just so they can act like they're something, like, you know what I mean? Like, most post-hardcore bands are fucking soft as tissue, so they could be post-country and I wouldn't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of fucking people use that term.
Soft as grandmamas and ladybugs.
That's right. I don't know what the fuck that means, but you're right. You're right. So coming up in segment number 2, we're gonna have them live in the studio, so that's gonna be really, really fucking dope. Gonna have as we get into segment number 3, gonna have your underground music news with Mr. Nikizzy. He was not prepared, like always, so he do something together last minute, like always. Not always. You used to actually come prepared. Whatever happened to those days?
Back when I had data on my phone.
You're out of data on the phone, huh? Is that on the Obama phone, or is that the other one?
Obama phone don't really have data per se.
Oh, really?
I mean, it kind of does, but...
So you don't have no Wi-Fi you can steal anymore or anything like that? You don't have anything cool like that going on?
No, I got nothing cool going on.
Charcoal in the live chat. What's going on, bud? He's still mad at me, I think, because apparently he called last episode and I didn't answer his call.
Well, maybe he should fucking cry.
Well,
about
maybe
it.
you should have fucking been here to answer the fucking phones.
I don't give a fuck.
You
if
just
I'm here to
decide
answer
not
the
to
phone.
fucking show up whenever the fight. You're just gonna.
When?
I'm not gonna be there, and you tell me like the day before.
When are you talking about?
When's the last time you weren't here?
I don't know.
Last episode. Who was here last episode? Do you remember? I don't remember.
Last episode was
I was doing the fucking hotlines for some
last
reason.
episode was Arson Wave.
Well, not that. I'm talking about before that. Who was here before that? We did the Beat Dolls. Were you here for the Beat Dolls?
I don't know.
With
Were
the punk band with the chick lead singer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we missed whatever that was. We missed a shitload of phone calls because I was running the hotlines. And I can't be trusted with that shit. I've told you guys. I've told you guys 1,000 times not to trust me with the hotlines.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll miss a couple.
Let's go ahead and jump over to the contacts. Let you fucking do something productive for a change. Fuck.
I don't give a fuck about
Just
anything.
shut up and do the fucking contacts, and I'll fix the hotline or the live chat.
Contact us. My fucking shit's falling. 907 P 850-907 PMVN.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Email at feedback@pimpyk.com, or you could fucking Facebook PimpyK.
Pensez-vous,
Yeah.
Français François. Eh, boo boo. Wait, that's two totally different things. My bad.
Instagram. I don't know.
Instagram.
That sounded more Indian.
Go to
That
the
sounded more
Instagram.
Indian, yeah. PimpyK.
Now, if you do Indian, you gotta kind of bob your head back and forth every syllable.
That's racist.
No, dude, trust me, they do that. It's a cultural thing. That's not racist,
Oh,
bitch.
I don't know. You're white. You have white privilege. So
well,
everything you say is racist.
I guess so.
All right.
Nikki Hayes, the bot, has joined the chat. What's up, baby girl?
Twatter at Mr. PimpyK.
Oh, Nikki Hayes, by the way, has a fucking Facebook page.
Really?
You can guess though, no fucking pictures.
No.
Making it even more fucking
Is there
shiesty.
anything on it? Is there anything
Nah,
on it?
it's almost like, you know, when you get those invites, it's like a hot chick, but you know it's some bullshit because she has like 3 friends, and it's usually the guys from Rise Up Lights. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you're getting fucked. Like, you don't accept that request. You know what I'm saying?
You got 3 mutual friends, and it's fucking.
And it's Shannon,
Yeah.
Brandon, and fucking Alex every time.
Maybe Gerard.
maybe Gerard. Maybe. Just for a change of pace, Gerard might be thrown in there. All right, guys, it's that time of the show. Here is segment number 1 where we talk about what other featured artists have going on. We can start out with Earl's Killer Skirls. They got that 309 fundraiser coming up tomorrow at what apparently is a new venue here in town on 506 West Belmont Street, which is called Chizuko, whatever the fuck it is. I have no idea. That show was
Sounds
at
made up.
Yep. Sounds very made up. That show was at 9:30. Other acts on that bill are Resolve, Company of Ghosts, DFM, and
Resolve.
Kent Stanton. Kent motherfucking Stanton. Also, hey, and that did I say when that is? That's tomorrow night, by the way.
Tomorrow night.
This Friday. And I need you for this, by the way. This Friday, something very epic is going down. You guys cannot fucking miss this.
Oh, I'm busy Friday.
No. This is very fucking important because I need your help. PMVN will be on the scene with exquisite video, music, whatever line he's representing. DJ Quake is actually going to be helping us. He's going to be, I guess, the lead of videography or whatever. You know, he's going to be running most, the cameras and shit like that. Bubs Harris.
Oh yeah.
The fucking Here Comes Trouble live. He's
Hey,
gonna be shooting his very first DVD. And there's also gonna be an audio release. PMVM Media is producing that motherfucker. So we're
Yeah.
gonna be doing video. We're gonna be doing the editing. We're gonna be doing the audio. We're gonna be doing all of that shit. And we're gonna make our boy look good. Can't make him look funny. Motherfucker's got to do that himself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he does look funny, but we can't make him be funny. I guess. You know what I'm saying? Looking funny, he's got that shit nailed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he owns that. All right, so that's this Friday at the Back Porch Grill. That's at 710 North Palafox Street. That's at the corner of Palafox and what's that? Palafox and Cervantes.
That's that Back Easy Porch Tavern.
Yeah, Back Easy Porch Tavern. Yeah, exactly. And look, here's the cool thing: it's fucking free to get in. Not charging a fucking dime. Come
yeah.
down,
They
laugh,
usually are free.
be a part of fucking Bub's DVD. That shit's gonna be dope. You guys are gonna love it. Also, we got that Bars Over Bullshit coming up. That's March the 18th. We got Smash and D Villain. And other bands on that bill are Big Low, Mig's Son Daddy, Slangston Hughes. That's, like I said, that's Saturday, March the 18th. Doors on that are 8 p.m. It's $7 if you're 21 and up, and $10 if you're going to the handlebar to drink illegally.
Hey, Jason said he'll be there Friday.
Nice. That's what's up. Oh, yeah. Also, we got our homeboys, Rainey's Revenge. Also got a show coming up at the Handlebar. They're going to be up and up for Mind Scar. That's on March 30th, which is a Thursday, which, we got Cheris coming back, which I was going to talk about a little bit later in the episode. But our homegirl Cheris, Disenchanted Cheris, coming back to PMVN. We're stoked about that. That starts this Thursday. Anyway, so Rainey's Revenge with opening up for another cool Pensacola metal band, A Cursed Creator. So Chelsea and all of them.
Is Cursed Creator that black metal band or no?
No.
No, I'm thinking of never mind.
Yeah, that's I know what you're talking about. They're like from Panama City or some shit, right? Like
I don't know.
I don't know where they're from, but they're like really they're black metal, so they're over theatrical and all that shit, right? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna jump out of here for a really quick break. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't think I'm forgetting something. I'm not forgetting. I'm just going to tell myself I'm not forgetting anything.
You're forgetting to not give a fuck about what you're forgetting.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. All right, guys, we're going to jump out really quick break. When we come back, we're going to have your featured artist of the week, Safe Harbor. You guys are watching the PimpyKast right here at the PimpyK Multiverse Network. We'll be right back.
Leaving your right, the part I Taking the breath of life as I open bloodshot eyes. My soul and body collide. Shook hands with death, but I'm still alive. Let life lay down. Rather emptiness or empathy. I won't waste my time on those who don't feel anything. I refuse to give up at all. Always try to feel more alive. Never till you fall. Live until you fall. Wake me up again. Save me from losing my life to this. I feel your hands across my skin. Let me up and take my pain away. This cold dark world where we made our own, and all our dreams were swallowed in the undertow. A message for lost words and broken souls, a second chance to live. So go, the world isn't waiting. All of us are fading. Time is not on your side. Let go of the past, say the hope in this life.
If I forget to breathe, just stay right here.
Don't let me leave this cold dark world where we made our own, and all our dreams were swallowed in the undertow. A message for lost words and broken souls, a second chance to live. In times of trial, even the best may struggle. Some don't collapse, some crumble. This is your revival. Taking the breath of life as I open bloodshot eyes. My soul and body collide. Shook hands with death, but I'm still alive. Wake me up again. Save me from losing my life to this. I feel your hands across my skin. Let me up and take my pain away. This cold dark world where we made our own, and all our dreams were swallowed in the undertow. A message for lost words and broken souls, a second chance to live.
Are you an unsigned recording artist struggling to get heard? Sign up today to be the PMVN Featured Artist of the Week. You can get your track spinning on the PMVN Radio Network. You can get discounts on band merchandise and chances to win prizes that could help you further your project. The PMVN Featured Artist of the Week is sponsored by AJ Custom Graphics. AJ Custom Graphics is there for all your band's printing needs. Contact them online today at ajcustomgraphics@yahoo.com. And make sure you tell them PimpyKast sent you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there. My name is Special Ed, the official voice of PMVN.
Ed, what the fuck are you doing?
Improvising?
Just sit there and say your fucking lines the way I fucking wrote them, please. All right, guys, welcome back. I didn't mean that shit to cut off like that. Welcome back to the PimpyKast, episode number 64, right here at the PimpyK Multiverse Network. Joined in the studio by our featured artist of the week, post-hardcore band, Safe Harbor. What's going on, fellas?
What's up? How's it going?
Lean. Here, I'll go ahead and pull this, telescope this out a little bit. What the fuck is it? There it is. There it is.
There we go.
Just want to make sure they can hear you. And these guys are going to stick around for the third segment. So when we come back from that, we'll make sure that they all have mics. Like always, I wasn't very prepared. So really quick, so we did that Arson Wave CD release party thing. Was it not last Saturday, but the Saturday before that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the 25th.
Right.
I think.
Crazy fucking day. They had the Mardi Gras parades going on. I mean, it was just a whole bunch of, it was a fucking shit show at the beginning, really, man, because just trying to load in was a fucking nightmare. You know what I mean?
All the parade traffic and everything.
Oh, it was you guys got there a little bit later. When I got there, it was at the point where they had even more blocked off.
Yeah.
So I had to go pretty much all the way down to the water to turn around and come back up.
Fuck
you know
that
what I'm
shit.
saying? Oh yeah, it was fucked
That's
up.
awful.
But the cool thing was, like, we were behind like the barricade for the vinyl, so
Okay.
it was almost like a little VIP section and shit.
I got
know what I'm
you,
saying?
yeah.
So it was kind of cool. Like
There you go.
we got to watch the parades without having to be like in the fucking crowds and shit. So it was pretty cool. So like I was saying in the first segment, so we we didn't have a lot of exposure to you guys, and come to find out we were having that conversation. One of those reasons is because you guys don't play the handlebar anymore.
Yeah. We haven't really done any shows really in the past several months. We've done a few, but we kind of I don't know how long was it ago, like almost a year ago.
Yeah, we kind of stopped.
We kind of called it quits. Everyone's kind of going a different direction. This guy actually has been working his ass off to join the military actually. So this guy, Chris Collier, actually just swore into the military this week.
If you guys watched the so that's sort of a new change to that story. But if you guys were watching the Arson Wave Live podcast that we were doing, we did get him up on the panel, and he talked a little bit about that. So it's really dope. I support the shit out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's two kinds of people in the world, really. There's people that can't get their shit straight, so they go into the military, so they'll do it for them. And then there's people that really want to go.
Yeah.
And I admire the shit out of people like that. Like he had a plan. He went to school. He said, if I'm going to go in, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to go in and
absolutely.
get paid. I'm going to be a fucking officer. Go in as a fucking
My man.
shitty butter bard, telling people 3 times his age what the fuck to do. Until he advances, from that butter bar level, I have no respect for him. But I've already told him that. That's just the way it is. I grew up a military brat, man. You know what I mean? Of
I hear ya.
all Navy, Marines, everything. I'm one of the only people, males specifically in my family, that didn't go.
I hear
You know
you.
what I mean? It just wasn't for me,
Both my parents are retired. They had already retired by the time I was born, so I didn't have to do the whole move around thing. But
Right,
I know
right.
how that goes for the most
Right?
part.
Did they decide to stay here? Or?
Yeah. I guess my mom was the last to get out, and she got out, and then I lived in Fort Walton Beach until I was 3 actually, and then we moved here. So we lived in Fort Walton Beach till I was 3, and then they moved here and I had my sister, and we've been here ever since. That's 20 years now.
No shit.
So-
Well, that's about. I'm from Los Angeles originally.
Oh wow, hell yeah.
My mom met a truck driver of all fucking things. So, if you meet a truck driver, he's probably from Pensacola. That's just the way it seems to me, or at least somewhere around here, right? So I went from one LA to another.
Yeah.
I went from Los Angeles to Lower Alabama, essentially. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man.
Yeah,
That's a big change.
It was like, well, I did a little bit of moving around before that, but yeah, it's a culture shock, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's racism and shit everywhere, but when you come to the South and you feel what it's really fucking like.
Oh, it's terrible,
when
man.
you feel the real brunt of bigotry and it's in your fucking face, and people walk down the street and don't give a fuck if anyone else hears you.
It's the Bible Belt, man, and
It's
like
what? Yeah,
you would think it's a bunch of Christians that would be better, but it's just so much worse.
Yeah, but the Southern Christians think that only white people are going to heaven, though. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
would
that's-
it would seem.
So anyway, let's get off of that's shitty shit. But that's just the way it is down here. That's the truth.
It
Unfortunately.
reminded me of a joke.
What's that?
It reminded me of a joke.
Yeah, but is it one that'll get you kicked off the show?
Probably not.
All right, let's hear it.
What do you call a white girl with a yeast infection?
Oh man, what?
A cracker with cheese.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
See, this is a classy show, and that's the reason we stay classy. That's the reason I keep him around. That's how we keep the continuity of class around here. You know what I mean?
Classy man over here.
That's right. So anyway,
I
look,
done made myself horny.
let's get. That reminded me of another joke. Why can't you go down on a girl in the morning?
Why's that?
It's hard to spread apart a grilled cheese sandwich.
Jesus. The mental images alone.
That's grimy.
Dog, this
Driving man
this
insane.
show is hit an all-time high. I mean, this is
Right
probably
now,
some of the best
right
material
now.
ever on this show, and I think we're doing a great
You
job.
couldn't do without Safe Harbor here.
All right, so that's funny. I don't think we've gotten that bad with like Pink for President here. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
those
man.
guys, they took their shirt off and gave us fucking massages live on the air during our Christmas special.
I see. We're gonna push those boundaries.
Oh, I can't wait. Segment 3,
Just-
man.
just wait till segment
Yeah,
3.
keep the pants on till segment 3.
I'll try. It's hard.
Except for the guy with long hair, he can take them off anytime. He reminds me of like Jonathan Kiedis from like Point Break. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I can
like
see
any
that.
minute he's gonna be like, "No, we're just gonna fuck you up." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Young Keanu Reeves.
oh no, I don't know about that. Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah.
So let's get into the band seriously. So let me ask you this. So most bands, specifically bands that are still kind of on the local circuit, they have a tendency, they've bounced around, they've been in a lot of bands with other members of bands that are out there and stuff like that. How many versions of Safe Harbor have there been ultimately when it comes to you guys working together?
Ultimately, really just one. There's me. I do vocals. This guy over here, he plays guitar and sings. He plays drums, and we have another guy named George. He was our guitar player, and Robbie Tucker was our bass player. And me, George, and Ben were in a band called While We Fight originally. Back in that was like 2011.
That was you and Ben back here, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, if it was one or two of you or whatever the case may be.
And we played in a band called While We Fight for probably about 2 solid years or so. And then we ended up going our separate ways. And throughout those 2 years, we eventually we picked up this guy, Chris, on bass. He became our bass player.
This fucking guy back here.
And then he eventually moved to guitar. And then our friend Robbie, he played bass with us for a lot of shows, not as an official member. And because he'd already been in a band called This Day Will Tell for several years and already done the whole touring thing and the whole hardcore thing and being broke and traveling and all that kind of stuff. So he was kind of iffy to join, but we finally got him to commit to
it's
it.
funny. Me and Alex have made music. I've been in hardcore bands. I've rapped. I've done a lot of things. And you get to the point where you're good enough to hit the road, and you start making plans, and you start maybe just with doing like individual single out of town shows, stuff like that. And you start to realize quickly that it's expensive to tour if you don't have backing.
Oh yeah.
You can get to, you can do 5 shows between here and let's say Virginia Beach, and you can get to Virginia Beach run out of T-shirts, and that's it.
Yep.
You're gonna have to pay that extra fine to turn the fucking rent-a-van in
Or,
up there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to
live
bus
in
home.
Virginia Beach for a couple months. I mean,
Right.
Not by choice.
No, that's happened. I know plenty of artists that have hit the end of their funds on the tour, and that's where they stayed until they had enough money to fucking keep pushing on. I've seen it.
There was actually, I think twice, back in the old band While We Fight, when we were in, I know once we were in New Orleans, and we kind of ran out of cash, but my mom,
you can hitch from there.
Yeah, no shit.
somehow I had my mom's credit card with me, and she was,
that's some Loki shit
yeah.
right there.
no, she was nice enough to, like, I'll get y'all a hotel
So was
room.
Glenda. That's an inside thing.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, real quick, I'll let you finish the story. You'll notice a common trend. I'll just interrupt you, and
it happens.
I'll follow it with, I'm going to let you finish. That's just what I do.
It happens.
I'm the anti.
You're the
Ross
boss
Perot.
here.
So anyway, a good friend of ours just, this is another tale of what people think the music industry is at one point.
Yeah.
He got a couple friends together, got his mom's credit card, and loaded up and drove out to LA to get a record deal.
Oh man. I'm sure mother was very pleased with that.
Do you remember that, Alex? You went.
Yeah. Yeah, I went and
I heard
talked to,
they got pulled over, and a friend of
talked to Kevin
ours,
Zinger.
a friend of ours, had to eat like a shitload of rolls, like way more than one man should ever eat.
Oh god.
Next thing,
Fucked up.
Foaming at the mouth.
Next thing they know, they let him drive. Next thing they know, they're doing like 110 through
Dog,
Texas.
I woke up in Texas.
And there was
Yes.
he was playing Mexican music on the radio, so it was like no,
mariachi.
And he was asleep. He was also sleeping.
doing like 110.
Yeah.
That's some
That's how you stay in Texas, right there.
I woke up in the back seat like, hey man, please wake up.
What's that Johnny Depp movie? This is
Oh, Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, that sounds like some Fear and Loathing
Yeah,
shit right there. All that peyote or something.
I would have been
whatever they were on.
I would have been scared as shit because to me it would have been like
Mescaline,
the
yeah.
first thing I would have thought was this motherfucker took a wrong turn and we're in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? And this was like around the time that cartel shit started really kicking off and
fuck
motherfuckers
that.
were coming up missing and
We
shit.
did-
You know what I mean?
hey, they did cut the credit card because it looked like we were beelining to Mexico. They were like,
Oh
no.
man.
Oh yeah, they like reported it as
Yeah.
like yeah.
And,
Yeah, you got to call those motherfuckers now before you
Yeah.
travel.
And we talked to, what's his face from, what's his label?
I don't know, man. What's his face from his label?
Yeah.
All that information is hard to
Yeah, it's
process.
very specific.
Kevin Zinger from Subnoise.
Like that one time that we did this podcast. Remember that? We had that conversation?
No.
Okay.
I remember that,
Podcast.
bro.
So go ahead, man. Finish.
Oh man, where was I?
Fuck, I don't remember either.
New Orleans.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my mom was like, "All
It
right,
smelled like Denny's dumpster and blood.
she's like, I'll buy you a."
What show was this?
That was
Was this when we played?
It was in that venue in Metairie.
Oh, okay.
The Cypress. Yeah, the Cypress.
Yes,
The
I
Cypress.
remember now.
Old
This story
days.
won't go anywhere though, 'cause that's pretty much all.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But the three, I think it was the three of us actually, because the other guys bailed. Ended up doing 5 or 6 hours of intensive yard work for my family to pay it off.
That's right.
Yep. They had, I think my dad, they tore down our old wooden fence, and we were in charge of ripping nails and screws out of a broken down fence.
So that was sort of the touring version of not being able to pay for your meal and wash the dishes, huh?
Yeah, we
So
spent-
that kind of thing going on.
we went to Mother's, and we all had the munchies, and I spent way too much on lunch.
Y'all could have
And,
sold that reefer.
And,
Oh, dude, you know the
not
fun-
enough to get back
my,
home.
my mom and that's what I guess I'll get out of my personal stories. But my mom, because I told you she met a truck driver. That's how we moved
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
whatever. Well, she got a CDL and would go on the road with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in my early mid-teens, like mid high school days or whatever, I would stay at the house by myself,
Yeah.
right? Because my brother was already in the Marines and he was out doing his thing or whatever, and they would leave me with enough money to eat. Well, I smoked a lot of weed back then, right?
I know how that goes.
So I would go to the store. I wouldn't typically spend. I'd spend that on food, but I'd go high. So I'd come back with just like $100
Cookies and shit.
Yeah, worth of like
Pizza.
toaster strudels and pizza pockets and shit that was gone like within the first 48 hours.
Those
You
are
know
all
what I'm
the
saying?
all the essential food groups, though.
That's why when I got older
Yeah.
and I got a family and shit, I stopped going shopping when I'm hungry. Because that's a fucking,
it's a
that's
horrible
always
idea.
a mistake, man.
Horrible
Because
idea.
everything you buy, you can eat now, but will be gone in 3 days. You got to force yourself to buy shit you have to cook. You know?
I know how that goes. I went to Walmart today to buy my girlfriend wine, and I came home with pizza and mozzarella sticks. So
Yeah, every now
You know,
and then.
I know how that
Every now and
goes.
then, Shit, dude, I can make a fucking bag full of those Michelinas last for fucking ever, dude.
I hear you.
I can eat that's like the new age ramen noodle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the new age ramen noodle.
Thankfully, I've passed the stage where I'm too poor, so I have to eat ramen noodles. I'm past that phase of my life. Thankfully.
I've got 3 kids, and the oldest one's only 10, and they fucking eat me out of house and home, man.
Oh, I'm sure.
that
3?
fridge is always empty. There's like we're always buying food, but I don't ever see it.
I can't imagine, man. 3 kids.
Yeah, there's like a few things I ask for. Like I like Clausen pickles, things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like those are my go-tos. Empty ass jar. You know what I mean?
It's a damn shame,
That's what I
man.
get. You got kids?
No,
Does anybody in
thankfully.
the band have kids?
No, actually.
You guys have no fucking strings attached whatsoever. man.
We're all pretty young. I'm still 23.
Yeah, me too.
So, okay.
You know what I'm saying? What?
So-
I'm also
Shit wasn't
23.
fu- Yeah, right. Shit
But,
isn't funny. I'm 23.
Only 2 of us have tattoos.
Almost squared. That's the sad part, man. Not literally. That would make me like really old. So real quick, we're gonna cut out to a break. We're gonna play a couple songs. I gotta load this up. We do this thing where we let Alex ask some questions, and I don't want to give you any examples of how horrible these are because
do
then
this.
he'll get. No, you're doing this, motherfucker. This is your thing.
All right.
All right,
Is
all right.
it
I wanna
my
be
thing? 'Cause
surprised.
if it is, I'm gonna have to like try to practice it more often.
Well, I mean, if you want to not do it, it doesn't have to be your thing
All right,
next
all right.
season. But until season 2,
I meant to bring something for show and tell,
I made the
actually.
decision and I wrote it down on the calendar. I wanted to bring this up. It's April.
April
yes.
20th.
We're April 18th, which is remember last year the show fell on my birthday. This year it's the day before, so we're still gonna do a birthday celebration episode, and you guys are welcome back. We
You'll
bring
be
it up-
24, right?
Yeah, I'll be 24.
There you go.
We bring in a shitload of artists. It's a really good time. We usually do like a 3-hour stream. It's really fun. You guys are more than fucking invited. We do it for Christmas. Every now and then we just have an event where we bring in a bunch of people. Sometimes we'll do like live acoustic sets, all kinds
Hell
of shit.
yeah. We'll have you taking shots live on the air.
Oh, fuck, that happens. For my birthday episode, me and Alex pretty much got to the bottom of a handle of, what was it, Captain. And
see, me and Captain don't get along
when
anymore.
it was over, we all decided to go out, even though, actually, no, I decided to go out. Everybody else was like, you two don't need to go anywhere. So I went and picked Alex up off the driveway. I was like, come on, dude, we got to go. And he's like, needless to say, we got to the Ticket Sports Bar. We were there for about 15 minutes before it was time to go.
We were there longer than that.
Well, that's all I remember.
Half a drink, not
I
even a full one.
remember the bartender, Russell, fucking awesome dude, bought me a birthday shot, and I fell reaching for it.
No, I remember I went to get a drink, and they were like, "You're cut off," and then you were like, "I'll get you a drink," and you went up to give me a drink, and they were like, "Nah, dog."
They're like, you're cut off too. Was I already cut off at that point?
Yeah.
That might have been before or after I fell. I don't know. I only
I
remember.
might
being
remember
there.
it wrong, but I think that's what happened.
And then I
If it
remember on
wasn't
the
that
way
day, it was a
on the
different
way
day.
back, this motherfucker tried to stop and dance with a train. I remember that.
I wasn't dancing.
Probably not the wisest choice.
I wasn't dancing.
No,
I don't-
motherfucker, you went
I
after a
don't
train,
dance.
and DJ had to jump out of his truck and go get you.
That didn't.
That fucking happened. He tackled you. I remember it. And then I
that
fell
did not
getting out of the
happen.
car.
I remember what you're talking about. That was not
Shit fucking
what
happened.
happened.
Breakthrough right now.
Shit
I
fucking
remember.
happened. It fucking happened. Don't.
not
It's my
happen.
show. It fucking happened. It's
was-
my show. I make the rules. It happened.
They'll believe you before me anyway.
That's right. Damn straight. So,
Damn straight.
you know, what did we? I think we played one track off of the latest EP, which is Safe Harbor 2, I believe is
Yes.
the name of the album. And I think what we played, I can look here. We played Undertow, so I guess what we
That's a
can.
good one.
Right? No, it's awesome. I love all these tracks, man.
Appreciate
every
it.
single one of them, dude. This shit is dope. I even like the older stuff, man. Which is actually all I heard because that's all that was on the Bandcamp.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Basically,
usually is.
Safe Harbor 2 is supposed to be out like a year or more before it actually ended up coming out. There's a lot of too much to explain going on with us and some parties like outside of the band, but basically we like didn't release it and finally got it out like a year and a half late. So the hype had kind of, you know, it was still there obviously because we still had thankfully had a very good local following that we've always been appreciative of. So thank you guys, whoever's listening.
Absolutely. And look, and when we get back, I'm gonna make sure we have a mic, even if it's a dynamic. I'll make sure we have a mic
Make it
for
work.
For these guys back here, so they can get their 2 cents in and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And once again, I apologize that I didn't have that. I was a little unprepared. We tried to do some things tonight that didn't work, and
It's all good.
Shit happens. But
I'm used to hogging the mic anyway.
but I got this thing. Like, you know, it's funny. I watched back at the Arson Wave footage, and
Mm-hmm.
I was editing it, and all I thought was, fuck, I talk about myself too much. You know, like, I'm not going to lie. When you get into a band or you do podcasting or anything like that, you do it, you know, you might have a love for what it is you do, but at the end of the day, a part of you're an attention whore.
It happens. It's part
You know what I
of
mean?
it's part
Like-
of being an artist. I think.
No. There's some artists that don't, you know, that who cares if anyone even knows who they are? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's true, but a lot of us, we like the attention we
I
get from
think
doing what it is we do.
Someone like you who puts so much work into their podcast, and like people like us who put so much work into their music, you know, there's gonna be that. People can say it's like narcissistic, but it's like no, like
No, it's
we've
just-
put our
no, it's
blood and sweat
narcissism.
and tears and money.
Self-diagnosed
Yeah.
narcissist.
But
Expressing.
you know, when you put so much into something, you want people to.
Well, I can promise you
See
this:
it.
when we come back from this break,
Hold
we're
up,
gonna get
real
into.
quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody's got a question for the band.
All right, go ahead and read it.
2 people have questions for the band.
Is this from
All
the
right.
live chat?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. One of them is.
Well, here, I'll tell you what. Save those questions.
All right, we
we'll
can
answer
wait.
those
All
as
right.
soon as we get back.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna change
Sounds
them to my
good.
questions. Y'all just got dissed, and they're gonna be my awkward
Yeah,
questions.
Damn, they're
dissing us?
Nikestra owns those questions now. All right, guys, don't forget the hotlines are open 850-907-PMVN. If you guys want to call in, talk with the band, talk with Nikestro, you guys can do that at any time. We're gonna jump out for a really quick break. When we come back, we're gonna have more with the band. We're gonna have your underground music news with Nikestro. You guys are watching the PimpyKast. The name of the band, Safe Harbor. The name of the song, Vultures. We'll be back in just a minute.
I can hear them all around me, ready to pick me clean of everything that bones of the ones who are left in your wake. Don't make the mistake of thinking you'll give in like the rest of your brain. You'll never fix on me. They won't stop playing on the weak as they circle all around me. And now my end is here. You know there's nothing left to see as the light falls far away from me. And now my end is here. Scavengers, you won't be the enemy. Even in death, you are my sworn enemy. You won't take my dignity at the foot of your birth. As you take flight, I can feel your eyes rubbing down my spine. But I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. I'll hold you down and break your wings. I will break your wings. You'll never feast on me. Trample the weak and hurdle the dead. Scavenge the bones of the ones who are left in your wake. Don't make the mistake of thinking you'll give in like the rest of your brain. You'll never feast on me. They won't stop playing on the weak as they circle all around me. And now my end is here. You know there's nothing left to see as the light falls far away from me. And now my end is here. In life I defy you. In death I silence you. You can't bring your hate to the grave. And if I escape, I'm bringing hell with me. I'm bringing hell with me. They won't stop playing on the weak as they circle all around me. And now my end is here. You know there's nothing left to see as the light falls far away from me. And now my end is here.
Do you want your music playing on the PMVN radio? Send a couple of audio tracks along with a short bio or a description of your project to booking@pimpyk.com, and we'll set the underground on fire together.
Can you tell me how to get to Pimpy Street? Tonight's show brought to you by the letters P and the letters K, exclusively on the PimpyK Multiverse Network.
All right, guys, welcome back to the PimpyKast, episode number 64, right here at the PimpyK Multiverse Network. Still got Safe Harbor hanging out with us in just a few minutes. We'll jump into your underground music news with Mr. Nikestro. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and bring up some levels on that mic back there. Go ahead, man. Say something.
Check.
Go ahead, one more time.
How's it going? Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
There you go.
What's
I think
up,
you're good.
PimpyK listeners? Sound your boy.
Awesome. All right, so here I am, a man of my word. Just so you guys remember, the hotlines are still open, 850-907-PMVN. That's 7686 if you guys want to call in and chat with the band. The live chat is ablaze, which is really badass. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share our posts. Help us get this out here. This is how we help underground bands. Speaking of underground bands, we got one in the studio right now, Pensacola post-hardcore band, Safe Harbor, and I made a promise, because of my talkative ass, that we would get more into the band here in the third segment, and here I am, a man of my word. So let me tell you a story about myself real quick. Anyway, so we got Chris up here at the front mic. We'll chat with you for a little bit. You had a couple things that you wanted to talk about for sure. And then we now have a mic in the back, so we can get into that as well. So you wanted to talk about a little bit about the recording process and stuff like that for Safe Harbor too. So let's get into that a little bit. What's the story on that?
So, okay, basically when we did the band, whenever these guys recruited me in the old band While We Fight, they had kind of recorded stuff and had put some music out on their own, and I was super stoked about it because, I was like in my bedroom trying to learn the songs, trying to get in the band. And like they told me to come over and play bass for them. But when everything went down with that original band and Dylan quit, the old singer, because we got two Dylans. We got this guy back here too. But when he dipped, they came to me and they're like, well, we need a singer. And I was like, okay. And I had been doing all the backup vocals like in Why We Fight, like helping Dylan out, and they wanted that. And they're like, well, you should sing. And I was like, I can't fucking sing. What are you talking about? So
had it in you.
And they're like, no, dude, you could do it. Just do it. And I was like, okay. So when we started writing and demoing for the first Safe Harbor EP, I didn't know what I was doing at all. Like vocally, had no fucking clue, had no idea. I had this guy help me out, doing a lot of vocal arrangements and stuff. And I'd found my voice on that first record. But the second record, I completely surprised myself as well as we all did. I feel like our second record is our first record in our opinion.
Some of that narcissism I was talking about a little bit earlier.
Well, yeah. No.
I surprised the shit out of myself.
Well, because the first record we did a Battle of the Bands kind of thing. And before the first record was written, to go to Mayhem, to play Mayhem Festival and play with like Mastodon and Rob Zombie, and we won. And we were playing the While We Fight songs. So we didn't have the first record done.
Right.
And we were completely going in the direction of we're just going to be completely heavy, no singing, no nothing. And when we won, we told the guy, they were 3 Sumerian record label guys who were like doing the judging, and they were like, no, don't do that. Stick with the sound you have. And we were like, okay. So we scrapped everything. We went back, and me and George sat in an apartment for 2 months and just demoed everything. It was just me and him. And the first EP was good, but when we did the second EP,
so who was George?
George is the other guitar player. So
okay,
it was.
So he's the. You guys are a 4-piece, right?
No, we're 5-piece.
You're 5-piece. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's 2 missing. Okay.
Yeah, and like so, it was just me and him who did the whole EP together. We did the whole first EP together, and everyone kind of contributed, but it was me and him that first go around. But the second go around was really special because we all did it together, and we felt like that is what Safe Harbor really is. And we recorded both EPs with a guy named Landon Tewers from a band called The Plot and You. They were on Rise Records. They're on Stay Sick Records. Great dude, fucking awesome. Just he's an amazing musician. He knows how to produce music,
really
make
helped us out with the whole process.
Especially me and Ding. Like we walked into that completely like open mind. We were open to whatever. We're like, whatever this guy thinks is right for us, we're gonna listen, and we're gonna use it, and we're gonna try to tap into that mindset of what we think Safe Harbor is. And I don't think those records would be the same if he wasn't there. Yeah. And it was really special.
He's the vocalist of his band, The Plot and You.
Yeah.
So he just like we already had like obviously like the vocals like laid out and like the melodies and everything we wanted to do, but in terms of like backing stuff and like layers, like he just has like it's like a third party to kind of like give you like his opinion.
He's the hidden sixth member of Safe Harbor.
Yeah, but basically Landon Tewers is the sixth member of Safe Harbor because he's just
That's dope, though. It's always good to have somebody like that.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure,
man.
He's a fucking
He's
genius.
special. He's so good.
And you know, since he's probably not there through a lot of the process, so it's almost like an extra ear from the outside.
He
you know what I
literally
mean?
came in at the tail end of the pre-production.
It gives you a fresh perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like an
Exactly,
outside
yeah.
look.
Like for example, that song you spun for us. Thank you, by the way. Undertow. That chorus was completely different, and I thank God every day he was there because that chorus is my favorite chorus on the EP, and that made me feel like I was really a singer. And he's the one who came in. He's like, you should try it like this, and we did it, and I recorded it. No one was there. It was just me and him, and I was scared at first because I had to send the track to everybody else and get them to hear it and get their approval. And I was like, man, we changed it. I don't know how they're gonna feel about this. And then everyone heard, and they're like, dude, that's fucking what's up. And I was like, all right, cool,
shit.
let's keep
Good
it.
shit.
But I want to give a shout out to this guy right here to my fucking left. This dude is the
Oh, you don't have to
backbone
shout me
of
out,
the
man.
band. Ben right
That's
here.
the first time anyone's ever done that for Alex.
Ben right here needs to
Alex, you
fucking
good man.
needs to get some due because not only is he the prettiest member of the band, but without him, dude, I'm pretty sure we would have no concept of timing. Like, this guy is clutch. He's the best drummer I've ever played with in my life. I'm willing to vouch he's probably the best drummer in the Panhandle.
Nice.
And I'll take that bet with anybody.
No,
Nice.
I got a lot of competition, man. That ain't true.
I don't
and
care,
he's
man.
mad humble.
Yeah, he is. This dude, I don't know, man. He has the he carries the back of Satan, but he is the fucking nicest dude in the fucking world. Swear to God,
That's
he's
badass,
great,
man,
man.
for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, baby.
So let's talk to you for a second. So Ben, right?
Yes, sir.
The drummer,
Hey.
the timekeeper, the backbone of the band. So
He could ride a bike with no metronome.
so what about you, man? So what was your background? I mean, you know, what got you into percussion in general? Were you like, did you play drums in high school or anything like that, or?
I mean, actually, in middle school, I played trumpet, played a little bit of piano in elementary. I picked up drums. I wanted to get into it about 6th grade. You know what I mean?
Talk a little more directly into that, man.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Wanted to get into it around 6th grade. Got my first referral. You know what I mean? And that set me back about 3 years.
Oh, that sucks.
Got into it in 9th grade finally. Bought my own set, and
Nice.
I don't know. From then on out, it was.
So
love at first sight, you know?
what genre did you learn? Like what was it that you were playing the most at first when you were learning?
Slipknot.
Really? So you pretty much got into heavy shit like immediately then, right?
Dude, I grew up in a very religious family. You know what I mean? And
Very common tell.
And honestly, like the two first bands that I thought were insanely heavy were Limp Bizkit and Creed. You know what I mean? Like that was what I was exposed to first, and that shit blew my mind. And when I heard Slipknot, dude, like from here on out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not your fault, man, because anybody that's familiar with this area, our shitty local radio programming, that's still all they play is that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it makes sense. I mean, that's what you're exposed to,
There's
you know?
a gym or two, but it's mostly that, yeah.
Yeah, very rarely.
But yeah, no, Lamb of God, Slipknot, Mudvayne, like all the good oldie, you know, fucking just solid metal bands.
Oldies.
And
I mean, some of that shit is.
to me oldies, I guess, you know, but fuck.
I mean, some of these fucking. One of the guys from Deicide just turned 60.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? So they're fucking. A lot of that shit's
That's
old
a
now,
legendary
man.
band to me, man.
Oh, dude,
I
you
love
kidding me? My
Deicide.
favorite death metal
That's-
band
yeah.
ever, for sure.
Oh, yeah, dude.
We've told this story 1,000 times. I gave him his first Deicide album.
What?
Once Upon the Cross.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a good friend.
So, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I wish I had a friend like
He
that
was
to
like,
back
"Oh,
me
you
up
like
on that.
metal, huh?"
Yeah, well, this
was
is
like,
the
"Oh,
best.
I do like metal."
and I talk about that shit all the time because you know when it comes to metal and it comes to just solid. I mean, they've got like a soul to them, but they're technical at the same time. They're not so technical that it sounds like robots playing. They've got a little bit of soul in there, but there's technical, there's sound. There's not a single recording that you can find throughout their history that sounds like shit. I mean, they're just, and you listen to a band like Cannibal Corpse, which granted they kind of do like a different thing every album, whatever. It's a lot of that shit's noise. You know what I mean? Like there might be one or two good songs, but a lot of it's just a bunch of crash. That's all I hear. You know what I mean? And then you hear Deicide and everything's just tight and in place and where it's supposed to be. And you're like, this is how metal's supposed to sound.
Dude, that's like one of the things I love is I'm a huge Roadrunner fan. I've been following Roadrunner since like 2000, like 1999, 2000 when I first found metal, like Shadows Fall and like Sepultura and bands like that, Machine Head. And that's one thing I will say about this band too is like what's really cool about being in a band with George, Ding, Robbie, and Ben is like we're all so different and we're open-minded. We're all I'm a token metal guy. He's a token metal guy. He's a token metal guy. Like, and then at the same time we'll listen to shoegaze if we want to.
If there's three of you, I guess that would eliminate the whole token thing. You're just metal guys now.
Well, I mean that's exactly. But at the same time, I'm a huge hair band fan too, and like some of the guys in the band don't like hair bands at all, but they don't knock me for it. They're like, all right, sure, we'll listen to some Sebastian Bach, like whatever, like we'll check out some fucking Firehouse today or whatever.
See the way that you were about Roadrunner, I was kind of the same way about Victory because I came I was a hardcore kid, you know what I'm saying? Man, I remember we, a lot of this stuff we talk about all the time because we get bands in here that are into this stuff, man. We talk about the old days, and you guys are young. You've probably heard about it, but there used to be a great venue here called the Night Owl back in the day, and and I know for a fact you guys weren't ever old enough to go because I was 13 or 12 or 13 the first time I went, and it was a hardcore show. It was Neurosis, and they were touring with one of the greatest Victory Records hardcore bands ever. They were kind of short-lived. Kind of had a resurgent, a band from Central Florida called Bloodlit. I don't know if you've ever heard them or not. Hit them up on YouTube, hit them up wherever.
Cool name.
Dude, they're kind of innovators of that genre, like when it comes to sort of like the raspy growl, that goes along with the screams and like none of this Zenna screaming bullshit that, meat chunks hanging from the back of your throat at the end of a gig type of thing.
That's the shit I like.
I'm telling you. And a lot of things like the offbeat melodics, one of the things that became kind of the cornerstone of hardcore is you fill with your toms and you kind of ease off the cymbals a little bit more than you would in like a death metal or something like that, right? And this is one of the bands that kind of made that, what it is in hardcore.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I remember that Victory surgence like between 2000 and 2006 where just if you were on Victory you were like
dude, this goes that the whole Victory.
Well, for me for me like that was my
like early 90s.
Yeah, that was my exposure to Victory, like like Hawthorne Heights and bands like that were just Atreyu was one of them. Like I remember for me that was my first like dive into Victory. I actually found Victory after all the Roadrunner stuff. Roadrunner was my introduction to like heavy music in general.
Is that me again? Narcissist.
I don't notice it.
Well, I mean,
I'm not in a band with you either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a narcissist.
I'm just kidding.
I know, but
that's what every narcissist says.
Okay, but
and if you are a narcissist, it's somebody else's fault.
I like myself. I'm comfortable in my own shoes. You can hate me for that, but whatever. You know what I mean?
I don't really have anything to say to that. Son of a bitch.
I want everybody just to be happy and full and not hungry. So.
All right. So, it started out with Ben and somehow you dived in there. So you're the me of this segment all of a sudden. So let's get back to Dylan. The Dylan that stayed, obviously.
What's up?
So how about you, man? What's your history? Obviously, you're a metal guy. What were the inspirations? What were the bands you listened to when you were growing up?
Well, I started off as a guitar player, actually. I started listening to... I was like a classic rock kind of guy until my freshman year of high school. And then one of my friends showed me The Devil Wears Prada. And that was my first exposure to like, I guess I don't know what you'd call them back in that day, post-hardcore.
No, that shit didn't exist. That's just when hardcore started getting weaker.
Whatever you would call them.
No, I'm just going to tell you the way it is, dude. That's just when like, there was a big battle when hardcore like kind of ensued, like when it became a genre of its own, you know, like and it was misunderstood. A lot of people thought they meant hardcore punk, and granted, there's a little bit of a punk, there's a lot of a punk influence actually in hardcore. Hardcore in a way is sort of a hybrid of metal fused with a little bit of punk, like, you know what I'm saying, like more hardcore punk, like the screaming styles, a lot of the things. But, you know, it was definitely its own genre. There was nothing else out there like it, and a lot of people didn't accept it as a genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, you know, and this might be a weird way of going about it in a weird metaphor, but it's sort of like, to me, if you look at the new country bands that are out right now, right? They're not country. They're just wannabe rock stars. Yeah. They couldn't hack it in the rock industry, so they became country stars.
I call that pop music.
And I think a lot of hardcore bands became that. They just weren't built to be hard. They weren't built to be that. But they grew up in it. They were heavily influenced by it, and they were softer. They had clean vocals. They did, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But see, I kind of always took, you know, issue with the fact that they called themselves hardcore bands. So then this post thing came out, and now there's a post for every fucking genre.
Well, metal, honestly, that whole genre of music, I mean, it has to have subgenres because I feel like there's just so much. It's not oversaturated, but there's just constantly being reinvented, and I feel like without the subgenres, it would just get confusing, and people would be like, well, what's a breakdown, or what's a solo, or what's thrash? Like, it'd just be speed, and that, you know what I mean? So it's I feel like it's necessary. Now, in a genre like country, I don't know much about that, so I can't comment on that, but, I mean, there's got to be a place for everybody, and I guess, like, for hardcore bands, if you try to put Madball with a band like us, they're gonna be like, no, there's no. Well, you know what I mean? It's just not happening. So it's like, there's got to be those.
Madball, that's hardcore.
Yeah, that's hardcore. You know, that's traditional hardcore.
We're all on the same page.
My opinion.
You know, I think one of the, you know, like this is just a prime example, and this is way different, but it's the same thing because this is the direction they kind of took essentially. Is one of my favorite punk bands, like back in the late '90s, early 2000s, was AFI. When they were fucking punk, man. You remember when the album "Very Proud of You," where was the fucking? I'm trying to think of the.
Sing the Sorrow was my favorite.
I'm trying to think of that single that was like, we've got a problem.
Oh,
First
yeah.
of all, there is no we got detached from you completely. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
And then after that, they just became an emo fucking post band.
That's when punk started getting soft.
Yeah, like even cool punk bands were turning into like emo bands. It was, it was the weirdest time ever.
You gotta, I mean,
and I don't have it's no disrespect to the genre. It's no disrespect to any of that. It's just I think sometimes the industry takes a curve that even fans, you know, they're just like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from?
It's one of those things where it's like, I sympathize with bands, especially because, you know, bands eventually have to make money and they get to a spot where they got to keep going. And it's not that they sell out. I think the word sell out, I think selling out is a term that's very misused because, like, bands have to grow. And if they don't grow, then they suffer and they can't be a band anymore. And they can't fulfill what they, you know, intended their purpose to be as a band. So, like, they change and they evolve into something else. Like, I was listening to a podcast today, actually, with Franz from Attila.
This one?
No, it was way better than this one. I can promise.
No, but I mean, they got some insight. Because I remember seeing Attila back in like 2010, and you know, they were on stage wearing gym shorts and you know, like, you know, tank tops.
Right. Yeah.
And now you see them now, and you got a bigger production, and they wear like swagger clothes, and they like have tight jeans, and it's like they're a whole nother animal now. And
because now they have people that dress them and.
Well, yeah, it's because they made that they were risk takers. Bands need to be more risky, in my opinion. If you're not risky and you're not willing to, you know, no risk, no reward. And now they're being rewarded. They're playing bigger shows. They can actually live comfortably and tour in a bus. So,
no, I agree with that. I just, you know, at one point you have to admit though that's sort of the easier way out. I'm not saying it's ever easy to make it.
If you're doing something you don't like, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Well, totally. Absolutely, no, and I agree with that. And if you're enjoying themselves, but I don't think they are a lot of times. I think they get to a point where they realize other people are making the decisions for the band, and it's not the band they originally started, and that becomes conflict.
That does definitely happen in bands, but at the same time, a lot of these bands are, you know what? It's not like a cop out or anything. It's more like I want to see myself here now and not here. It's like when you're 20 and then when you're 26 or you're 30, it's like Yeah, when I was 18, I could drink Jack Daniels all day and piss on myself and I'd be okay. But now I'm 25 and I'm like, you know what? I want to sleep in a nice apartment or a house and I want to watch, like Daredevil on Netflix.
Be in a nice apartment.
And
in a
I would
house,
rather
pissing
drink
on
a nice
myself, drinking
glass.
Jack Daniels.
Exactly. I don't want to be. I want to piss in the toilet, not on myself. You know what I
That's
mean?
the
You
American
grow up a
dream.
little bit. You know.
I think you're asking for too much, but I mean that's just me. That's just me. No, but anyway, real quick, because we do got to get out of here. We're running long. So, real quick, and this can come from all of you, whatever. What do you guys have coming up in the near future? Obviously, my man over here is joining the military, so there's going to be some changes going on.
Right.
Real quick, what are you guys going to do to continue? Do you guys have plans, I guess, post Chris?
I'll let Dylan take some of this. He's got some news for his band, actually.
Nice.
Well, I'm this guy and George ended up joining another band called Young Natives. I'll let him tell you about them. But I'm currently playing bass and doing some vocals in another band called Vagrants. That's also from here. They've been around for probably about 2 or 3 years now.
I've seen you guys.
Yeah, they've established shortly after Safe Harbor. But so I'm doing that now. It's a lot of fun. We had shown the music video last week, so that should be coming out next week. It's the same guy, Dustin Patera, I think is his name. It's the guy who did the Arson Wave music video. So that'll be coming out soon, so that should be exciting. So if any of you guys listen to Vagrants.
So those guys from, what's the name? Embark Agency?
I'm not sure if I think they're associated with Embark Agency.
I can't comment on that.
I can't comment on that. I'm not 100% sure. But so yeah, that should be coming out.
They don't pay bills around here anyway, so who gives a fuck?
That's exciting. And then I'll pass this over to Ben. He can tell you about Young Natives.
Awesome. And listen, when it comes to Vagrants, I'm pretty sure the invite's been out there before, or it comes to Young Natives. If you guys want to get that band featured over here on PMVN or on the PimpyKast, get you guys spinning on PMVN radio as well, just fucking let me know and we'll pencil you guys in. Next season is going to be hectic. We're actually doing an international season, and we've already got some international bands lined up. We had to go back and drop a couple because obviously we're not allowed to air in some of the countries. Like they can't get our streams because they're locked down. So we've canceled some of those. So I've got a lot of shit to do before that starts. But we had a Chinese all-chick punk band, which was really cool. But come to find out, they don't stream American channels over there. They're locked out. Yeah. So
wow.
that's yeah. They're not allowed to see anything from the West.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Well,
Mr. Stalter.
So it's me
on the mic.
Young Natives. Let's hear about this.
Young Natives. Basically, yeah. Right after we'd kind of, you know what I mean. Everyone had started taking a few different paths here with Safe Harbor. My boy George, our guitarist, he had joined actually during Safe Harbor towards the last kind of few months before Chris had really, you know what I mean, solidified that was happening and all of that. But yeah, George joined Young Natives last year around January, and I got the invite to come help play drums with them because they didn't have a drummer at the time. And I mean, if anyone is around Pensacola or anywhere near here has heard of Young Natives, it's completely different, you know what I mean, compared to what we're all used to playing. It's a very festival pop, 80s vibe to it, and it's alternative, you know what I mean, just very different. I went back to a single kick, and I'm not on my double anymore, so that's always unfamiliar, and I love it though, you know what I mean. At first I wasn't too sure about it, and everything has been so much fun, you know what I mean, with that. And then also I'm able to get out my medal with my Safe Harbor, you know what I mean, my boys.
Safe Harbor isn't over. We're just on pause. It's never over.
Exactly.
We just like to
it's just going to boot camp.
Exactly.
I mean, the thing is with this band, it's always been the five of us from the start. It will always be the five of us. We can't replace anybody, and you know what? We're still make records. We have a whole nother album on a hard drive that's completely done. We just are waiting for the right time to release it.
I say that all the time too.
And yeah, it's true. I mean, but it's true. And another thing is, like, we're never going to stop making albums and music. We don't need a label or a big production or a touring package to make music, and we're going to keep making music as long as we're friends and as long as we're alive until fucking death. So we're doing it.
So why don't you tell them real quick how to find you guys on social medias?
Ben, where can we find Safe Harbor on social media?
All right, you can go to facebook.com/.com/safeharborofficial.com or somewhere.com in there.
We're on YouTube on Safe Harbor Official as well.
Instagram Safe Harbor Band, or is it official?
It's official.
Official.
It's official.
Let's see. YouTube, you can find our whole second EP and our first EP on there. Spotify, iTunes.
We're gonna be releasing all of the second EP too on through TuneCore and online distribution. So you'll be able to get on iTunes
Right.
and
The second EP
Spotify
is only
and
on
stuff.
YouTube
That means we're gonna have a conversation when the show ends.
There it is. No, I mean, yeah.
I'm dealing with Arson Wave over a fucking copyright dispute right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they fucking let it go, and fucking CD Baby said no.
That's crazy,
CD
man.
Baby automatically says no. It's
So,
like there's not even a person that looks
they
at
even
it.
automatically say yes sometimes, which
Do
is
they?
really yes.
That's weird.
But then again, I'm a frequent flyer.
It's like the whole thing's an automated
TuneCore,
system.
Vidalia and CD Baby, they know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I deal with this shit weekly.
Yeah.
TuneCore's been really good to us. I don't know. I've never had a problem with TuneCore. They put out our shit, and
I've never
there's
heard
no
anything
fucking
bad
problem.
about 'em.
TuneCore is awesome. I'd recommend them highly if you want to release anything through TuneCore. Definitely.
So also, just so you guys remember, since there was a little they were a little unsure about some of those URLs, their profile is up at PimpyKast.com, along with every other featured artist that has ever been featured, if that's not redundant enough, here on the PimpyKast. PimpyKast.com, the second section, or you can go to the featured artists and you can browse all the seasons. This one would just be current season, which is season number 3. Hit these guys up. Go to their social media. Let them know that you guys saw them here on the PimpyKast. Check out their music. They also have, matter of fact, typically I add 2 to 3 tracks to the PMVN radio rotation. I added the whole fucking Safe Harbor 2 EP. So that's spinning right now at radio.pimpyk.com. So you guys can check that shit out with other featured artists spinning in that rotation as well. So, like I said, usually this is the point where, is it raining? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
A couple people want to ask the question, man.
Oh, yeah, the questions.
I already told them I'd fucking ask.
All right, go ahead and do it. Let's get that out of the way.
Right. This one's not really a question, but somebody said that Chris.
We're gonna skip
you
the
look
news.
like a female. Maybe it's just the lighting.
What's the name on that? Is that Jeremy Jarrell?
It is.
Oh, I work with that guy. That I know him.
All right.
He'll see
Nice.
you
He's
tomorrow.
fucking awesome. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Jeremy.
Another one.
It's always cool to have a couple of those.
Somebody named Brittany says, "Are you single? Any of you? Are any of you single?" They said.
Brittany?
Not my Brittany.
No.
If it's Brittany or
Yeah.
regular, then she
Yeah.
means all of you at once.
Yeah.
That's what she means.
Brittany, my girlfriend says send nudes.
Okay, there you go.
Nice. It's always good to have one
All
of
right,
those.
and
too.
then another person said, it's Charcoal said, what is boner etiquette in a titty bar?
Charlie Brown it. Put it in your waistband.
yeah. I
you
call
go.
that the 10:30. That's what I call it. It's the 10:30.
I'm gonna say,
You know what I'm saying? I gotta put that motherfucker up to 10:30.
Oh my
I'm gonna say let it go, man.
I guess it depends.
I'm gonna say
It depends on which way you
Let it
swing.
be.
Because some people it might be like a 1:30 or a 2:30 or whatever that may be. Right?
If it's big enough, they might just do a dance on it.
They're already showing their tits. Why not show what you got? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're getting paid.
Hey.
Because most people don't want a sex charge.
That yeah.
I guess you're right.
I
That
said
would be fucked up to get a fucking any type of indecency charge in a strip club.
You could probably get an L&L.
You
The-
gotta- yeah, exactly.
the real question is what's proper boner etiquette in gym class?
Oh.
That's when I say 10:30.
Depends what school you go to.
You know, that might be the
Catholic.
that might be the sole reason I never dressed out.
Oh, in gym
Oh,
class.
I never dressed out, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I would still get a C somehow too. It's because I didn't get in anybody's hair. I stayed the fuck out of their way. They stayed out of my way. Give me a C. I'm out this.
There was a
bitch.
kid in my gym class that popped a boner, and everyone saw it, and he forever scarred. Everyone knows him as the kid with the boner in gym class.
That's funny as fuck.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get rid of that either. And you know, because we're the same age, I was there.
Yeah.
And all right, guys, look, like I said, check out the fucking band. Show some fucking support. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. When you guys support us, you're helping us support them. Pure and simple. We never charge bands. We never do any of that shit. We are here on our own dime, our own time. Make something else rhyme.
Just
oh
so-
shit! Never mind. I just did it.
Just so everyone knows, every Safe Harbor album purchase, we will save a puppy.
This
So
fucking-
do it for the puppies.
Blind men will
fucking
see.
narcissist
And every
is
time you
using
don't buy
puppies
one,
now.
they'll kill a puppy.
PETA, you listening?
That's something the PimpyKast can get behind. So anyway, guys, subscribe, share the post. We fucking love you guys.
Cheers.
Who do we got coming up next week? Oh, coming up next week, we got a couple bands. Rise Up Lights has a show coming up here in 2 weeks. They're gonna come on and promote with other bands that are on that. There'll be more details in a couple days. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have been watching the PimpyKast, episode number 34 with these guys right here, or 64 with these guys right here. Safe Harbor. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.
Be good.
Thank you.